welcome to this episode of Rustie Sheep, episode 15. I know there's been a while, guys. We're Sunday, September 27th, and I think the last time I recorded was somewhere in July, just before I left on some weekends with some friends. And a lot has happened in the meantime. I took like a break of 3 months, and it was necessary because maybe you don't recognize this background, but I moved to my new house about a month ago. No, almost 2 months now. So yeah, and a lot has happened with the move. I did it in 3 weeks. I had to find another person to rent the apartment. Yeah, it was a busy time. That also explains a bit why I didn't have the time to record. And yeah, if your house is filled with boxes, it's not really convenient to record with the background boxes. Yeah. I started school again last week. I'm studying coaching because, yeah, that's something I always wanted to do is to help other people and to coach them. So that has been exciting. Actually, after recording this, I have to do some homework. It's been a while since I had some homework, but yeah. So, of course, I kept on knitting and I started reading a lot as well. Maybe I'll talk about that first. There's a series of books. It's called the I Heart series by Lindsey Kelk. Let me just get the first book. It's called I Heart New York. I read it a couple of years ago, and she has about 8 books of them. And it's all about a character called Angela Clark, and she does dumb things. And for example, in the first book, she runs away to New York, and then her story starts. Um, a couple of years ago, I think about 4 or 5 years ago, I had a burnout, and since then I couldn't really read. I couldn't really focus. After like reading a few sentences, the letters started to move on the page. So yeah, I couldn't keep my focus on reading, and I did want to read. And I think of the whole time, I read one book, and it took me a couple of months to read one book. But all of a sudden, just before the move, I started picking that up again, and it felt so nice just to read in my couch on a Sunday, for example, just read and get into the story and just completely be in the book, and it was amazing. So, yeah, and after the first one, I started the second one, and then I had to wait, of course, for the third and the fourth one because I only ordered 2 books at the same time. But now I finally got all of them, and yeah, they're amazing. They're just easygoing. It's not really a story you need to be focused on the whole time. It's just yeah, nice reading. So I've got all the books. Let me get them. And I was thinking about, I have a tablet where I have the Kobo e-reader on there, but there's still a difference, like reading the complete book. It's like holding the book, and yeah, for me, it's a different experience just reading them. Mind you, she does have 2 ebooks only available in ebooks, and I bought them as well, and I still need to read. I still need to read them. But yeah, for me, reading in the book is really nice. So this is the first one, second one, third, fourth, so all 4 of them, and then I'm reading this. Oh no, I've read this one now. I Heart London. So yeah, it's first it's I Heart New York. I Heart Hollywood. So the story continues with the same person but in different locations. Then she goes to Paris, goes to Vegas, London, where I'm at. The London is the last book I've read, and now reading I Heart Christmas. Um, this story is based in New York, of course, during Christmas time, and I'm just starting it. Just like last night, I went to bed an hour earlier than usual, and I just read. And yeah, I like doing that, just going to bed a bit early, and I just keep reading. And I also notice that I sleep better when I do that because when you watch the screen the whole time, when you watch TV or series, there's a lot of impulses coming in. And yeah, by the time you go to bed, like everything keeps going in your mind. And when I'm reading, I'm really calm, I'm really relaxed. And then it's also better for me to fall asleep. So reading before I go to bed. So this is book number 6, and I've ordered them the two others, I Heart Forever and I Heart Hawaii. Those are the last two ones of the series. So yeah, I'll be sad that the story is over. Maybe in the future there's a new book. I think this one came out last year. But she's a really good writer, Lindsey Kelk, and I've been following her on Facebook, and yeah, she has some new books out. So yeah, we'll see. For me, it's really an accomplishment lately that I've been reading. And it was also like a reward system for me during the move. It's like I was in my vibe of reading while I was moving, but you have to pack boxes, carry them, and after a while, you're really tired of constantly being the boxes, packing them, driving back and forth. And I remember one night I was so tired, but I had to because I was moving in 3 days and I really had to keep on going and like fill in the boxes. So my reward system for myself was like, I can read one chapter, I have to fill two boxes, bring them to the car, and then I can read another chapter. So I did that. And the same here as well. To empty the boxes is like the same reward system. Empty two boxes, read one chapter. So I was really happy to have that to stimulate me because at that time I was so tired, like working full time still. The moving, the painting the house. When I came here, there were bright red walls and the house was it was empty for almost a year. So yeah, you could imagine it was dirty, the house, cobwebs everywhere, dirty floor. It hadn't been cleaned. And I did that, like wash off the whole kitchen, washing off the walls, the ceiling, and then painting them. Oh yeah, mind you, I did the painting when there was a heat wave. We had about 35 degrees here Celsius. I think that's about 95 Fahrenheit, something like that, almost 100 Fahrenheit when it was really hot here. But I didn't have the option. I had to paint because the weekend after I was moving. And for me, that was like, yeah, I want to get into the house with everything painted. I don't want to paint in a house that I have to move everything again and then start painting the ceilings. That meant, yeah, the house was empty. That was a perfect time for me to paint the heat wave. Gladly, the Saturday my friend helped, Yoka. She's actually a colleague I met at my current job, and we just turned into friends. And I was so grateful for her to come and help me. And then on the Sunday, my dad and my stepmom came by and they helped me as well. And I was so relieved that, you know, I had my support system and I had a lot of friends helping me during the move as well. But mind you, Corona, you need to be careful. So I had to take precautions, I had a lot of hand sanitizer, mouth masks for everybody. So yeah, it was a challenge moving during Corona, especially, yeah. I wanted to move in one day because, by the time the moving day happened, it was only the big furniture like my table, my cupboards, I like my closets, my couch, my TV, stuff like that. Um, but yeah, but I did fill two full trucks. And afterwards, thinking, was that all in my small apartment? It's like I didn't have to buy furniture to get into the new house. And that was great. Oh no, mind you, I'm lying. I did buy new furniture, like a coffee table, a TV stand, and a new closet upstairs. That's it. I didn't have to buy any table or stuff like that. Just all the furniture I had was sufficient here. And now it's roomy and airy and it's spacious. But still, I'm still getting used to it. It doesn't feel like home yet. I do drive home already, like on autopilot. I know where when I'm going back from work, for example, I just drive home. But I don't have that feeling like coming home. It's been weird. I've been trying and I've been home a lot since Corona and I had a week off and I was sick last week. Long story, I have some thyroid problems. It's making me exhausted. So yeah. Well, what else I'm going to say? Yeah. So this lovely painting behind me, it's my mom's. It's called Absalom Girl, and it was inspired by Alice in Wonderland, about the caterpillar turning into the butterfly. Yeah, there's a whole story behind it. I think my mom painted about 10, 11 years ago. and it's amazing. And she only painted one, and it's mine. And I really love this painting. And behind there's this painting is just on this wall. There's nothing behind me. There's the whole wall is empty, just except for that painting, because it does it like I want it. It's a nice painting, and it's made from my mom. My mom made it, so for me, it's really important. It has a special meaning for me, and I wanted to represent that. And if you fill it up here, so maybe I will put a plant in the corner or something, but if you fill it up with other things, it loses its importance for me. That's my opinion about it. So, yeah. So I think that's a bit of the chit chat I have. I have a lot of knitting to talk about. Firstly, let me just talk about what I'm wearing. Let me get my notes. I wrote it everything down. So this is the Valencia top. Let me just step up. Valencia top. There's a border here as well. This was a test knit. This is from Juliana Lustenader, and I test knitted it for her. And it was exciting as well because the day I had to send in the pictures was the day I signed my contract here, and I got the keys here. So the pictures were actually taken in my garden. Because she was launching the pattern, and yeah, so that was exciting. It's knit out of Drops Bommel Lin. It's an Aran rate yarn, a lin. It's made of 43% linen and 47 linen, sorry, and 53 cotton. And it was weird for me to knit with that because I'm not a huge fan of knitting with cotton. I tried it in the past, but I didn't finish it because I didn't like the texture. And I was really happy to finish this because, well, this is actually the second time I made this top. You know, I finished the top and I had to sew everything together. And oh, what's the name of that? Um, oh, I can't remember the word. Uh, my seam, that's it. My seam was really visible and I didn't like it. So I wanted to undo the seam and I cut by accident, I cut through the wrong wire, thread, whatever. So everything was starting to unravel and it was like starting here, like just underneath here, and everything came loose. And it was like, no, because this top is knit in a special way from left to right. So yeah, if it starts to unravel here, that's not good. So yeah, I only had 10 days left before I had to finish it. And yeah, because this was a test knit and Juliana and Jules was counting on me, I had 10 days to finish it while I was moving, it was a stressful time for me. So yeah, but I'm really, really happy it's finished. It is a bit see-through, but it's a summer top. Not that it's summer anymore. It's autumn officially, but I saw it while I was getting ready to podcast, and I was like, yeah, I haven't shown it, so yeah. But it's amazing, and it is really cool to wear. I did wear it like while it was a heat wave, and it was perfect. It was airy, it was lovely to wear. It's a bit loose. Okay, you can see my bra. I'm sorry for that, but yeah, it's a summer top. So I wanted to show you guys. This is one of my finished projects. And then the other finished objects I have are a pair of socks. Actually, in the meantime, I did finish a hat for my dad. I did finish a pair of socks for my stepmom. I started working on the top for myself. I'll show it in a minute. And I did finish this pair of socks. I love them. I've been wearing them. This is 100% Portuguese wool. It's just plain vanilla socks with a twisted 2x2 twisted rib. It's knitted bottom up. That's my preferred method. And my heel is a German short row heel. This is just easy knitting for me. And actually, I have to wash them again. I put them on the blockers to show you guys, but it's really amazing yarn. And I bought another skein as well. But this is the Retro Saria Mondim. It's Portuguese yarn, and it's lovely. While knitting, it's a bit rustic, but it's really good. You know, there's no elastic in there. So since it's 100%, it needs to be a bit sturdy for socks especially. So yeah, so I bought these. This is another color I bought. It's upside down. And I'm excited knitting with this one as well. It's from the same brand. Have a look at it. I will put down a website from a local shop. Not so local anymore because I moved 20 kilometers away. But yeah, for me, it's still I still think of it as a local shop. Only it takes me half an hour to drive there. But well, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to knitting up this sock. I love the colors. It's all with a pink and orange a bit and the dark color. But it was really nice. I seen it knitted up, so yeah, this is one of my acquisitions. You can see it's been a while since I podcasted. I've been going like all over the place again, talking about my finished object and about my acquisitions. It's not in a nice order. I'm sorry about that. So yeah, that's so the finished objects. Most of them I gave away already, so I can't really show you guys. But I can show you what I'm knitting on, and it's a beast. You know, mm, my colleague Michelle, he watches this podcast to support me. He wanted a jumper, a cable jumper. No, I gave him like a few pictures of sweaters, jumpers that I like, and then he could pick. So he chose the Svenson jumper from Jared Flood, and it's amazing. It is, but it's knit in pieces, not my preferred method. I like a good top down, one piece, but yeah, it's cables, cables, cables. And now I remember, you know, I just memorized the cable pattern so I can do it in my sleep now. But in the beginning, I did make some mistakes and I had to pull back, go back and fix them. And then I noticed a big mistake, like after 5 inches after I've done it, after the mistake, I was like, no way in hell I'm going back. So I will find another technique. Let me just pause because podcast means running nose. That keeps happening. I don't know why, but I'll pause a bit, okay? Okay, I'm back. Um, I need to talk slower. I just realized that while blowing my nose. So I'll try to do that. No, I'm sorry, it's been a while. So I was talking about the Svenson, the jumper I'm making. This is actually the sleeve I'm working on. This is a moss stitch and then just 2x1 cables and then the honeycomb pattern and then again the moss stitch. This is for the sleeve and I'm adding stitches. I'm increasing, I have to do it 12 times, no, 11 times. So I'm like halfway there already. So this is the sleeve, first one. Then let me just, oh yeah, this is the front. See how much cabling it is? How much cabling? So this is the front but it looks amazing, isn't it? Uh, I measured him. It was really funny at work. I measured him, and my colleagues were looking funny. They were looking weird. And I was like, okay, Michelle, stand like this. I measured his bust, his arm, his length, everything. And I'm on couch. Perfectly. The length, the width. It's like, yes, this is going well. For me, as I said, I'm not a big fan in knitting in pieces. I like a top down, so you can measure, you can try it on, and you can see. Yeah, and I could have maybe thought of it doing it, but it has raglan sleeves, and I'm not that an experienced knitter to change the whole pattern into a top down or like a bottom up. So maybe I could have done it like until here maybe and then just yeah whatever. I'm not gonna even think about it. I'm following the pattern and let me show the back side. Yeah, this is the back and here is the mistake. Can you see it? I forgot to do a cable. So if anyone has some good tips, I thought of just cutting a few stitches out, turning them and sewing at the back. Maybe that. I haven't Googled it yet or YouTubed it yet, but I think there must be some techniques where you can fix that. Yeah, and it was about here, like when I noticed I forgot here. And it's only at one side, so I must have gotten a text or yeah, whatever. I lost my train of thoughts, but it's really nice when you started decreasing. You pick up another cable, and it's really nice. You keep doing it until the top. Sorry, I had a hiccup here. Moss stitch. It's really, really nice. This is the back side, and I've been powering through. I started at the beginning of September, I think, about 3 weeks ago. So I have done a lot. It's just because I have a friend and she's giving birth in maybe 2 or 3 weeks. I saw her yesterday, and yeah, she's really big now and huge, and she can give birth any day now because the baby is grown. Well, it will be a big baby if she completes those couple of weeks. But yeah. So what was I? Yeah, and I want to make a jumper for the baby. So because I have a deadline, she will give birth in 2 weeks. Let's just say 2 weeks, because we don't. Yeah, the way the baby's growing, it will be around 2 weeks. But I want to finish this jumper first before I do the baby jumper. So that's actually the reason I'm powering through. And I know myself as well. Now I have my mojo in cabling, and if I leave it, I won't touch it again. Like that happened with my other top. And yeah, so yeah, I'll talk about the pattern I want to make later for the baby. So this is the Svenson cardigan. Jarrett fluid, it's really beautiful. And I'm knitting it out of Amel, the Mamadi, my preferred yarn, in the colorway 2541. It's like a navy blue colorway. It's 100% merino yarn, and I love it. It's a DK weight. It has about 125 meters on a 50-gram bull, and this is my go-to yarn. I've talked about it in the past. I have visited the factory as well. It's about an hour and a half away from me, and yeah, it's amazing. It's I think €3 a bull. It's amazing yarn. I think everything together, this jumper will be around €50 with all the skeins that I need. I bought some extra, 2 skeins extra to make a hat for my friend Yoga I was going on about. And yeah, it's just amazing. I love this colorway as well. A couple of years ago, I made a shawl for a friend. He lost the shawl, so if I have any left over, I will have a look, and I will make him the shawl again because yeah, he left it somewhere and he felt really ashamed and guilty about it. So yeah, but he's a good friend, so he helped me move as well. And yeah, oh man, sometimes. But I know if I make it a second time for him, the same shawl, he would love it firstly, and he would take so good care of it. He would never like even like the thought of it losing it again, because he know I won't make it a third time, and I will just blame him forever. No, he's actually one of my best friends. Sam, I made the shawl for. I have a picture of him. I'll put it down here of the shawl. He is wearing it on the picture when I made it, I think 4 years ago, something like that. So yeah. Now I also wanna talk about my FiDi top. Let me just put that away. So the FiDi top, let me just get that. It's a bottom up top from Juliana Lustenader, but look at that yarn. Look at that yarn. It's called Rust and Petrels. Since this podcast is called Rustie Sheep, I thought it was very good for me. It was a perfect color, and it's not too dark. It's a summer top, summer 2021 top, of course. And it's got a beautiful lace pattern here in the beginning. I don't know if you can. Just let me get that out of the way. See it here? And it goes all the way up to the neck. Like you start here and then you just keep increasing until it's all the way here. And it's an amazing top. I stopped working on it because yeah, I had the jumper for my colleague I'm making, and yeah, by the time the heat wave was over, so for me, and it was a bit stuck in the pattern as well, mind you, I have to say that. So it's a bottom up, and I just divided. Like, let me just show you guys. So this, and I just now divided to start doing the front. So these are on other cables on the holding on. It is amazing. It's really nice. And I was a bit stuck with the pattern, so I sent an email to Juliana and she explained it to me, and I just need to pick it up again. But first, I wanted to finish the Svenson, then make the compass jumper, and then I'll just pick that up again because I really love this. It's an amazing color. I think this is bull number 3. It only acquires 4 skates. I chose a sock yarn, a penguin weight sock yarn from the Wolbeest, and I saw this color on her website, but she hand dyed it for me. She does custom made orders, and she lives in the Netherlands. Alexandra is her name, and it's really amazing. Let me just check. This is 75% merino, 25% nylon. It has 425 meters and 100 grams skein. This is a really good length. This is good. A lot of meterages on there. So she hand dyed them for me. It's amazing. Custom made. I just said how many I wanted, and they were not exactly like the picture, but yeah, it's hand dye yarn. It's never like the picture. Look at that. See those speckles of blue and rust and orange? It's amazing. I love it. It's like when you knit it up, the speckles, I'm so happy. Yeah, I did order a lot of yarn again. Yeah, it's my disease. I'm a yarn addict, and I'm still a yarn addict. Even it's been a while since I podcasted. Yeah. Um, like for example, 2 days ago, Dragon Hill Studios announced her Christmas yarn, sock yarn, and I didn't think about it before I know. Like a minute later, I have ordered it, paid it by PayPal, and it was done. So yeah, she did had a pre-order, but I was too late, and I was like, okay, subscribe to the newsletter as soon as it comes in. And it was like halfway my row, I was like, drop everything, order the yarn. It's amazing sock yarn. I bought sock yarn from her as well, Christmas sock yarn last year, and yeah, it was a spur of the moment thing. Let's just call it this. Um, yeah, I love Dragon Hill Studios. It's not a cheap yarn. I'm gonna be not a cheap brand to buy, but her colors are amazing. I have the bright color wheel as well, the Christmas yarn. I think that's it I have. And now another Christmas yarn. I want to buy some Christmas yarn from Stranded as well, so I need to check the website. I need to be quicker because I'm behind on watching episodes myself of some podcasts about knitting. So I watch Skein Deer, I watch Stranded podcast, and the Knit Girls. Those 3 podcasts are the one. No, and I'm also watching. Let me just check. Let me go to my YouTube channel. Okay. Um, I watch another one. I watch 4 of them. It's been a while. Emma Robinson. I watch. Is it Emma Robinson? Yeah, Emma Robinson I watch as well. So I do see there's a notification. So I think I'm behind like 5 episodes in total, maybe. So I have been watching episodes while I'm cooking. I can say that. But before I had YouTube on my TV, and there's something wrong. I tried to install it again, but it didn't work. There's something wrong with my idea. No, not sure how to fix it, but now I watch it on my tablet. And yeah, I don't watch it a lot. I don't watch YouTube a lot on my tablet. So yeah. Oh well, oh well. So let me think. Is that everything I want to talk about except one more? Um, so look at those colors again on Mamadi. Um, when I picked up the yarn for the Svenson jumper, I added some extra yarn. I was babbling with the girl who owns the shop and Lean, and and she was showing me pattern the compass from Tin Can Knits. It's a really convenient pattern. You can make it yourself for adults, but you can also make it for kids. And I saw it, and this is like, I love this colors. It's for a boy, and I thought it would be nice. Those colors to use. It's Malmedy, and yeah, the compass. But I'll put down a picture down here so you can have a look, and I'll put down the link down below as well. And she made it for her son, I think. I'm not sure. I forgot. Saralene. Um, and I loved it. I was like, yeah, I know what gifts now I can make for my friend's baby. So I just picked up some extra balls, and I did pick up the sock yarn, and what else? Before I knew it, I lost 100 euros. That's me. Before I know it, I lose 100 euros on yarn. But mind you, I always buy yarn with a project in mind. Um, but now I'm a bit like time pressured with the projects I'm making, because yeah, this is a winter jumper for my colleague. Of course, the weather has changed a lot. It's really cold out. It's about 10 degrees now. So I do want to finish it quickly. Then I have the baby jumper I want to make. And then after doing this, I need to start looking for myself. I have a lot of winter jumpers already, but who needs who I need more. I was like, you always need a winter jumper with different colors. So yeah, I maybe should have a look of what else I'm going to knit. I haven't been focusing on that. I don't have a wish list now of what I want to knit. I do have some mittens and hats I want to knit for myself. I bought some ask Hillesvag ask last year in November. I want to use for that. It's really nice, and but I just need to get myself to it, you know. So first things first, finish what you're doing now. And that is me. I have the cast on disease sometimes. I just want to cast on, but then I'm working too many projects and I can focus on it anymore. And so, yeah, so I'm doing one thing at a time. And then I'll just see where we're going. So, okay, I said I was going to talk slower. I didn't. I'm sorry. Um, as I said, it's been a while. So I'm sorry, guys. I didn't miss podcasting. I did have a few times the idea of podcasting, but getting to it was a whole different story. I also didn't know what part in the house I wanted to podcast. And I do have a spare bedroom, and I want to make it a hobby area for myself. It's on the top floor, and but I haven't gotten around to it, and we'll see. Oh yeah, another exciting news. I bought a cat yesterday. Yeah, his name is Jos. It's a typical Flemish name. He's upstairs, lying in my bed, sleeping. He's 11 years old, and when I went to the animal shelter, he just ran up to me and started like spurring. It was really nice, and oh, he's amazing cats, and he's so sweet, and he just lies on top of you. Last night, when we came to the house, he was a bit scared. It's normal. It's a new environment, but it only lasted for an hour. He was under the cupboard for maybe half an hour. Then he walked around for a bit, and I did close the door to upstairs before, because I just wanted him to get comfortable with this area first. So yeah, and then we went to bed, and he just slept with me the whole night. In the morning, he woke me up by sitting on my face. And he was like giving me kisses and then just sat on my face. So that was 7 a.m., you know? It's a Sunday. I slept till 9:30. I still have some time to sleep. So he's amazing. Um, he's 11. His previous owner had to go to an elderly place. And but I thought he was cute, and even when he's already 11, he's still in top condition. He has no kidney failures, no diseases, nothing, no cancer. So they all check that, and he's cleared. So, and I just want he's a nice guy. Um, you know, I did hope he would be saving me from spiders, but I don't think that will be happening. Because, like, one of those large mosquitoes flew in the house last evening and he just looked at it. It was like crawling on the ground. Maybe it was a bit, I don't know. So I had to save myself. I'm not a big fan of insects, especially spiders, and I've been having them a lot in the house. Since I have a garden and it's getting cold, the animals come inside, the insects, and yeah. So going to bed is often a surprise because there's a huge spider most of the time in the corner of my bedroom, just outside of my bedroom, the door. Like I have to walk past it. And when it's a huge spider like that, I squeal. So I have a plan now. I vacuum them. It's a really funny story. I googled it, vacuum spider, and they say it's a big spider, bigger than 1 inch. It's it will survive in your vacuum bag. So you need to vacuum a lot of dust afterwards. The first time that happened, I just cleaned the whole house. I even cleaned behind the heaters and the radiators, just like clean everything out, all the dust and stuff like that. So it was around 11 o'clock in the evening, and I went to bed, and the huge spider was there. So I thought, I'll just go to bed, close the door. Hopefully, it will be disappeared when I get up in the morning. 6 a.m., I woke up. I was like, the spider. I couldn't sleep. I was stuck in my head. I dreamt about a spider that night. So it's just, yeah, I was fixating on it. So at 6:15, maybe something like that, I decided, I'll just go down and I sleep a bit more in the couch. But then I was lying in the couch thinking about the spider. I did have some friends over for brunch that day. I was like, maybe one of them can save me from the spider. But the thought of waiting till 10 o'clock, 10:30 for someone who could save me from the spider, that was not a good idea. So I got all my courage together. I looked it up on Google. It's like, okay, so how to kill a spider and not touch it. So I went upstairs with a vacuum cleaner and I picked some black tea, loose black tea. I had in a box in the cupboard in the kitchen. And I just pour a lot of black tea on my floor so I could vacuum it and clean it immediately after I like got the spider. It was hilarious to see myself, okay? So you have your normal vacuum cleaner with a foot, and I just tried to do it like that, but it wasn't sucking the spider away, so I had to take it off and go closer. And it took me like this whole story took me like an hour to do that, to find the courage, to find something in my cupboard to vacuum up after I kill the spider, hopefully kill the spider. Um, yeah, I'm a crazy person. You must have known that by now. It's just my fear of spiders is really big, and but now I have a spray, and I just go to sleep every night with that spray in my hands. It's like I'm a detective. I have my pepper spray, but it's my spider spray. Oh yeah, I've been babbling. Okay, it was lovely to talk to you again. Yeah, my new house. So I hope you enjoyed this episode and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.